There you go, Amar. Good to have you back again. We'll just give it a couple of minutes so that everybody can join back in.
Sure.
And everybody who left a question in the last session and we haven't answered it, can you just repost your questions again so that we can get to them again? Super, thank you. Some of them are already doing that because they already know the drill. But all the guys, just repost your questions once more. How are you doing, Gurbaz? Shout out. Hi, Neha. How are you doing? Okay. So there's one of the questions comes up is, please ask Amar his favorite club and his reason.
Ooh, my favorite club is going to be the 2-iron. I have a 2-iron, which is like a blade. And I love that club. It's got me out of trouble so many times, and it's my go-to golf club. I feel very, very comfortable with it. And I can hit it low, I can hit it high, I can hit it at weird distances, which are very far. I can also hit it really high. So I just love that club, and it's one of my favorite clubs. It is actually my favorite club.
Super, super. Okay, next one which comes around. Hey, did I give you a new 2-1? I had got one for
Uh,
you. Did I give it to you?
the MD, the smaller blade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's reserve number one.
Yeah, I'll give you the same one again.
That's first reserve.
Yeah, I found that. I found that in America, and I said the only guy who needs that is I think you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So if anything happens to my main one, that's the head which is going to come in.
your favorite 4-ball?
Ooh, it'll have to be my buddies. I mean, it has to be Gurbaz, Ajitesh, myself, and probably we'll get a celebrity. We'll let the fourth be a mystery, but I think it'll be three of my boys and someone else.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, now the next one comes in from, should a golfer analyze his round during a tournament?
I mean, you don't really need to physically analyze it. Your mind is already doing that for you without you wanting to actually physically realize it. But yeah, I mean, everybody's really aware of their game, how it is going, how it's not. To technically analyze it, I don't think is a smart idea. I don't think it's a thing which any of the top professional golfers do. If they hit a few bad shots, they're not walking and thinking, what did I do technically wrong? I
No, I
mean,
think he means after the round. You need to analyze the round like statistics.
yes, of course, it's very important. I mean, stats are very, very important to know which part of your game is not up to your personal mark, where you think you're lacking. And I mean, stats have been a huge part of the game since you were a kid. Juniors. I remember in juniors we used to make so many stats. I still do. I still have my stats with me, and it tells you, it gives you a rough idea about how many fairways you hit, how your bunker play was, how your putting was, how your chipping was, and it keeps you grounded with things which are more important. If your short game is not right this week, then you don't need to go to the range and hit 5 irons. You need to work on your short game
Right,
probably. So I
right.
think stats are
Perfect.
very important, and analyzing of your game is in general very important.
Right. Okay. What's your tip for an average club golfer? Shiv Mohan from Calcutta is asking you this. What's your tip for the average club golfer to get a few extra yards?
Hit it harder, and don't get a lesson to hit it harder.
Neha's broken-hearted. He says, "Major hurt, bro. Why just the boys in that 4-ball?"
She could be the celebrity.
That's right.
Yeah, Neha could be the fourth. She could be the celebrity with us.
Okay, another guy who really wants to work out like you do is asking, "Hey Amar, how you doing, buddy? Can you share some tips on your fitness routine or regiment?" Because he's really wanting to become like you.
Uh,
This
uh,
is Amit Nigam from Bombay, the small guy.
Amit Nigam doesn't need to become like me. He's really fit on his own. Uh, I mean, but for everybody else out there, I think just a normal routine which you can follow every day, and keep pushing the limits of your body slowly and steadily. Nothing very hardcore. Nothing which becomes too much for your body to take. But something which you're regular with, like you're regular with drinking water. I think if you can be regular with working out every day, you will see the difference. I mean, 10 push-ups a day in a year will make a difference which you can't even imagine what it can. But
Right.
I mean, I'm against doing something like 100 push-ups for only 15 days and then giving up. That doesn't work. That will never work. And no matter what fitness you achieve, if you stop, you will lose that fitness. So something which you can do every day, but every day. You figure that out on
Right.
your own. You have your own little routine, but you have to do it every day. And that will, I think, make you fit in your own personal way, which you need.
Right. Another question coming in, little thing on technology and other improvement areas. Thoughts on things such as aim point, pressure pads, etc. Is it just a fad? Rishabh Bhasin wants to know.
I would not say it's a fad because they actually have statistic information which has proven them to be correct and useful in development of junior, amateur, even professional golf, right? But anything, too much of anything is bad. If you were to only keep putting and never work on your driving, then you would be a great putter but
Right.
not a great golfer, right? So I would say that any all the help you can get, you should definitely take. Every professional golfer out there is doing the most he can to make his game better. So I
Right.
wouldn't call any of these things fads, but I would definitely say that too much of anything is bad. So it's somewhere in the middle. You need to find your own balance.
Right. Perfect. Great answer. So don't shut your eyes to things. Look at what can improve you,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
take what you can and just move on. That's it. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have to linger on.
But
What
you
do you?
don't need to, if you have a good shot game, you don't need to change your technique. I mean, only if you need it.
That's right. That's right. That's right. What do you think are the qualities of a player playing on PGTI, which he should have to play on the European or PGA Tour? What do you think are the qualities of a player playing on PGTI, which he should have to play on the European or PGA Tour?
I think every professional golfer who's playing on the PGTI is good enough to play on the European Tour or on the PGA Tour. I think what matters and what really comes down to, I think the things which really come down to it is there's so much administrative off the golf course part, which we overlook always, which we always think that, oh, if he's not on the PGA Tour, he's not good enough. I mean, sometimes you have no idea the kind and the quality of golf shots the boys on the PGTI. I mean, Udyan Mane just won almost 4 events in a row.
Right.
That is no small feat. That is no small feat. I
Well
mean,
said.
I'm playing on the same tour. That what he has done is unbelievable and unbelievably tough to do. So to say
Right.
he's playing on PGTI and what different quality he needs, I think he needs nothing else. He just needs to be picked up and taken straight into a PGA
Put
Tour
there.
event and just put there. Now the problem is that is the problem part. And the problem part is taking a super huge talent from the rungs of professional golf tour in India and put him on the world stage. And I think if those are the discussion, if you can have a discussion on that, is what is going to be more important for the betterment of PGTI rather than what qualities they need.
Right. And how does one achieve that? How does one do that? Getting these guys out there. What is it required to get Indian players out to America, out to Europe more often? Or how does it
I mean,
get there?
you can't you cannot expect to earn in rupees and spend in dollars. You need to you need to be you need to be willing to spend in dollars. A professional golf tour qualifying school. I've been to Web.com Q school,
Right.
and that cost the organization almost $10,000 to put me through that, right? Because we opened a non-for-profit called Indo-American Professional Golf Association (IPGA) with the Gurbaz under the leadership of Gurbaz, and we roamed around the country. We explained what professional golf is, and I remember the reaction of people in America that you have golf in India, and they were surprised to see these 10 professional golfers who are so good at the game they are playing, and they were shocked, and they were like, we didn't even know there's professional golf in India. So you have to take the information from that to being like a normal thing that, oh, golf, oh, Indian golfers, oh, wow. It needs to be like that. Something which Korea has done. Korea for the ladies tour has completely overtaken the LPGA because Korea supported their own players in LPGA so hard and so strong and so fast that there are only those girls coming in. Whoever was good was taken straight out of Korea and put straight into LA or Florida or Miami, into the best tours, into the best golf courses. And all that takes money. All that takes a lot of effort. All that takes a lot of help from the community, and it takes togetherness, which unfortunately we don't have right now. And we tried to create that. We tried to create that with IPGA, and the work is still on. I mean, we can very easily say right now, that any professional golfer wanting to go to America and play golf, IPGA is going to be out there to support them in whatever way they want. whatever format they want. And, it is absolutely easy to do because the hard work has already been done. But it's things like that which we need.
Fantastic. In fact, I'm gonna give the IPGA a shout out very soon because I took that number from you because a lot of kids have been asking, young professional golfers have been asking, how do they make it to the bigger stage? They need help, and they've been looking for help everywhere, and they need to figure out a way to get on the LPGA or the PGA Tour of America or the European PGA. And this
Absolutely.
is where I think you guys have created a system which is fantastic. I mean, Shubhankar was part of the system. Ajitesh was there. You were there.
Yes.
Lots of
Yes.
these guys who were there before
We've
they even played a tournament in America.
it was a lot of hard work, Mr. Bose. I mean, half the golfing fraternity of the country doesn't realize that we did a road trip from New York to Seattle to back to New York in a van, which was fit for only 7 people, but 10 professional golfers were in it with our bags, our luggage, and we did a road trip of more than 14,000 miles, going from city to city, meeting the Indian community there and telling them that, hey guys, look at us. We are professional golfers from India. Support us to go onto the PGA Tour. Help us get onto the PGA Tour because we can't afford to do that with the rupees we earn in India. We need your help. We need your support. And we I think ended up meeting almost 500 to 600 Indo-American professional amateur golfers, who supported us, and that is what created IIPGA. And it was a lot
Yeah.
of hard work.
No, and I think they were eagerly giving out that money to play in pro-ams with you guys. I think you guys
Absolutely.
played a lot of
I mean,
pro-ams with them.
we had a wonderful structure. We still have a wonderful structure. I mean, Gurbaz will be able to, elaborate on that more when he gets on the show. But
Right.
it put me onto, I mean, I think I'm the only professional golfer from India who went on to Web.com qualifying after Rahil Ganji, but supported, but sponsored by someone. I think Rahil spent his own money to do that, I think, and I was the only guy who was sponsored to do that. And it was an
Wow.
experience which I can never forget for the rest of my life. I went and got to. I mean, I didn't make it, but it was. I still went there, and that is what was important, right?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
and that's just one. That's just one guy who went and failed. Imagine putting 200 guys there. If I put 200 golfers there every year, I can guarantee you there'll be 30, 35 Indian professionals on the PGA Tour, no doubt about it.
Yeah, because everything that Indian golf has to offer, I don't think there are about 10 people who must have gone there in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
You know?
nobody goes there.
Yeah.
I mean, in the last 5 years, I'm the only guy who went. Me and Dipinder Khulla. We
So
were the
it's
only
two
two
guys
guys.
in the last 5 years who tried out for the US
Yes.
PGA Tour. I mean that's where the huge
You
disconnect
can't
is.
try for the PGA Tour. You have to go to web.com and
Like,
only
yeah,
two
that's right.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah. So on the
that's right.
web.com, in the last 5 years, only two guys have gone.
Wow, that's an eye
Yeah.
opener because that's something which needs to be addressed definitely because a lot of them are turning pro, and that's the pinnacle of pro golf as people say, and not very
Absolutely.
many are getting there.
I mean, absolutely. I think also there's a very big disconnect between a lot of people who think that the pinnacle of golf is Indian golf and Indian professional golf. I mean, PGTI is such a great body because it is the third biggest tour in all the Asian countries when you compare all the countries in Asia, and every country has golf, right? We are so lucky to have a domestic tour which is actually giving a foundation for all the professional golfers and all the kids to step up their game and then go on to the bigger stages. Can you imagine being from another country where your number one venue was only Asian Tour? How tough would it be then, right? So I
Right.
think PGTI is really important, and but definitely that can't be your end goal. You have to look at it into like a world stage or something like a top 100 or top 200 in the world. And now that we have world rankings, that does help, but that doesn't help a guy like Udayan Mane who goes on a hot streak for 4 weeks and is still ranked 200 or something in the world. I mean, can you imagine him doing that on the European tour? And very
Right.
possible. I think he would have gone deeper. The golf courses we played and the conditions we play in, and the conditions which are in the PGA Tour and European Tour, I think he would have gone way deeper than what he did.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, that was a phenomenal feat. I mean, it is still a phenomenal feat. I
It
mean,
still is. Yeah.
it is still a phenomenal feat.
I played all those events, and trust me, after
I mean,
I remember in Eagleton, me and Gurbaz were sitting, and I think Udayan had just finished his third round, and Gurbaz looks at him and he goes, "What are you doing here, man? What are you doing here?"
yeah. In fact, my
Because
next guest on the show at 7 o'clock is a guy called Joy. I know you know Joy as well. And
yes,
he took out this post on Twitter and Udayan's scores for the last, I think, 15 tournaments or something, or 10 tournaments. And they had only 60s in there. I think there were just a few
yeah.
70s. And I was like, what's going on?
No matter where you're playing, that's an amazing feat.
Unreal. Unreal. Okay, I'll take just a couple of last questions. If you could give a ballpark figure for a golfer to go through qualifications and playing even one tournament in the US or Europe.
Professionally?
Yeah, that's right. Professionally.
Uh,
So
I
for the
think
Q school, how much
see,
would it cost?
I think web.com is a three-stage Q school. You got to go through three stages to reach the main final stage, and each stage is spanned out between a few months. So I mean, it totally depends on if you're thinking of staying there or traveling back after each stage, because that adds and differentiates between the expenses. But I mean, just a ballpark figure. I think every year Q school would cost you $20,000 just to go get through the Q school, because the fees itself is I think 5,000 or $7,000. I'm not sure, but that itself is the fee. And then your travel, your stay, your caddy. I mean, caddies in America are not like back in India. I think they're really, really expensive. Most of the guys don't even take caddy. I didn't even take a caddy because it was too expensive to afford. I pulled my own bag playing the first stage of web.com. And
Which
most of the
wasn't a
guys,
good idea.
it
Which
wasn't, but
wasn't.
most of the guys, yeah, it wasn't a good idea, but most of the guys were doing that. And frankly speaking, I didn't find a caddy. Nobody wanted a caddy for me. I even went to one of the guys at Chipotle and I told him that I'll give you $100 if you could pick up my bag. He's like, no. So yeah, I was lucky that I got a trolley.
Lovely. Fantastic. So
Yeah,
fantastic. Well said, Amar. I think we've taken a lot of your time today. And thank you
yeah.
so much. Gurbaz out there is shouting out and also saying it's 30 to 50K, 30,000 to $50,000 yearly is what it would
For all the
take to
Q
just
schools.
get out
For all
there
the Q
for
schools.
all the
Yes.
Q schools.
Yeah, I was just talking
Um,
about America.
yeah, super. Thank you so much, Amar. And as I
Absolutely.
said before, that just help out whoever you can at this time. And we hope everybody stays safe. And stay safe, Amar. Stay at
I will.
home, and we'll see you. And by the way, you speak pretty well, huh? You speak very well.
Thank you.
All your inhibitions about this doesn't matter, Amar. You've shot a 62. Well done.
Bye, sir. Thank you for
Cheers,
having me.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.